Did you know that most people, yes, even those who shower every single day, are still missing 5 crucial spots on their bodies when it comes to hygiene? It sounds unbelievable, right? But according to Dr. Sarah Thompson, a leading geriatric specialist with over 30 years of experience, this is not just a minor slip-up. It's a silent epidemic, especially among older adults. Now, before you think, oh, this doesn't apply to me, I wash up daily. Hold on, because what we're about to uncover might just surprise you. The illusion of clean. For years, we've been taught that if we brush our teeth, take our daily shower, and use some deodorant, we're doing enough. That we're clean, we're good to go, nothing to worry about. But here's what Dr. Thompson has found after decades of working closely with seniors. Millions of people are skipping over small but mighty parts of their body. Not intentionally. Simply because no one ever told them these places needed special attention. And here's the kicker. Research shows that 87% of Americans are either cleaning one of these 5 areas the wrong way or not cleaning them at all. That's almost 9 out of 10 people. Think about that for a second. The cost of neglect. And the consequences? They're not just cosmetic. We're talking about persistent bad breath that no mouthwash can fix. We're talking about recurring skin rashes, infections, even long-term health issues like weakened immunity or circulation problems. And what's worse, it often starts so subtly that people don't even notice. A bit of irritation here, a little dryness there. Maybe your nose feels constantly blocked. Your feet ache more than usual. You shrug it off. I'm just getting older. But what if the real issue is simply that these areas aren't getting cleaned properly? Why this matters more after 35, especially after 60? The truth is, as we age, our skin changes. Our immune system doesn't work quite as fast. Small problems that your body used to handle on its own can now grow into something serious, if not prevented. And here's what really hits home. You've spent a lifetime working hard, building a family, caring for others. You deserve to enjoy this next chapter in health, comfort, and dignity. But if you're unknowingly skipping over parts of your body that are silently collecting bacteria and toxins, you could be putting that quality of life at risk without even realizing it. The goal of today's video. So here's what we're doing today. We're going to walk through 7 body parts that you need to clean daily, not weekly, not when you remember, but every single day to help keep your body functioning at its best. Some of these you've probably heard of. Others will surprise you, but every single one of them plays a vital role in your health and longevity. And trust me, you won't believe what 5 is. It's one of the most neglected areas, but it could actually be contributing to infections, odor, and even digestion problems. What you'll gain by watching this video. By the end of this video, you're not just going to learn how to stay cleaner, you'll understand how to prevent unnecessary infections, reduce body odors naturally, improve your circulation and mobility, support your immune system, even add healthy years to your life. And we're not talking about buying expensive products or making huge changes. We're talking about a few small habits that take just 2-3 minutes a day, but can completely transform how you feel and how your body works. Before we dive in, so here's my invitation to you. If staying independent matters to you, if you want to wake up with more energy and confidence in your body, if you want to avoid problems before they start and keep living on your own terms, then stick with me all the way through this video. Because caring for your body isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling strong, staying sharp, and living your later years with freedom, not frustration. Alright, let's get into it. Starting with body part number 1, the one responsible for over 80% of all bad breath cases, and it's not your teeth. Can you guess what it is? Let's find out. Body care secrets most people ignore. Let's kick this off with something most of us never think about but absolutely should. 1. The tongue, your mouth's hidden germ trap. Let me ask you something that might surprise you. When was the last time you cleaned your tongue? I'm not talking about brushing your teeth or swishing with mouthwash. I mean really cleaning your tongue like it deserves just as much attention as the rest of your mouth. See, here's what most people don't realize. Your tongue isn't just some flat slab in your mouth. It's more like a sponge with tiny ridges, grooves, and crevices that trap food particles, dead skin cells, and you guessed it, bacteria. And if you've ever noticed a white or yellow coating on your tongue, that's not just discoloration, that's buildup. And that buildup is one of the top causes of bad breath, not your teeth, not your gums, but your tongue. In fact, studies show that over 80% of bad breath cases start right there, on the tongue. So if you've been brushing and flossing, but still catching a whiff of something funky, well, now you know where to look. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about your breath. When your tongue harbors bacteria, those harmful microbes don't just sit there. They can migrate into your bloodstream, especially if you have inflamed or bleeding gums. That opens the door to all sorts of health issues, heart disease, respiratory infections, even impacts on your immune system. And get this, when your tongue is coated, your sense of taste gets dulled. Food becomes less flavorful. You might eat less, lose your appetite, and over time, that can mess with your energy, your nutrition, and your overall health, especially for older adults. So, what's the fix? Super simple, and it only takes 2 minutes. All you need is a tongue scraper or a soft toothbrush. Every morning and night, just like brushing your teeth gently, scrape or brush your tongue. Starting from the back and moving forward. Rinse your mouth thoroughly afterward. Done. It's such a tiny change. But the benefits? Huge. Your breath smells fresher. Your food tastes better. You lower the risk of bacteria messing with your body. And honestly, your whole mouth just feels cleaner. So don't ignore your tongue. It's not just along for the ride, it's one of your body's first lines of defense. Treat it well, and your whole health will thank you. 2. Your feet. The foundation of your mobility. Let's talk about something we often take for granted. Your feet. Now, here's a simple truth you probably already know deep down. If your feet hurt, you move less. And when you move less, your strength fades, your balance suffers, and your independence slowly slips away. See, your feet aren't just a part of your body, they are your foundation. They carry you through every single step, every chore, every walk to the mailbox or trip to the grocery store. But how often do we truly take care of them? Most people think a quick rinse in the shower is enough. But it's not. Sweat, dead skin, and bacteria all build up, especially in those tiny spaces between your toes. And that buildup? It's not just gross. It leads to odor, athlete's foot, fungal infections, and those dreaded cracked heels. And let me tell you, cracked heels aren't just a cosmetic issue. For seniors, especially those with diabetes or poor circulation, they can quickly become infected, and healing slows down with age. A small crack can turn into a serious health risk if left untreated. But hygiene is only part of the picture. Changes in your feet can actually be early warning signs of bigger health problems. Tingling, numbness, swelling, or color changes. They might point to nerve damage, vascular disease, or even heart trouble. That's why foot care isn't just a beauty routine, it's a form of preventative medicine. So what should you do? Here's your simple daily checklist. Wash your feet with warm water and gentle soap, yes, every day. Dry them completely, especially between the toes. Moisturize the heels to prevent crack spot. Skip the lotion between toes, that area needs to stay dry. Trim your toenails straight across, it helps prevent painful ingrown nails. And most importantly, look at your feet. Every single day. Any redness, swelling, cuts that won't heal? Don't ignore them. They're your body's way of waving a red flag. Your feet deserve your attention. Because when they're healthy and pain-free, you keep moving, keep doing, and keep living fully. Take care of your feet today so they can keep carrying you tomorrow. 3. The armpits, your body's detox highway. Let's talk about a spot we all have, but most of us kind of ignore. The armpits. Now, before you shrug it off, hear this. Your underarms aren't just where sweat comes from. They're actually a critical part of your body's detox system. Tucked just beneath that soft skin are clusters of lymph nodes, your body's own little detox filters. They help move out waste, fight off infection, and keep your immune system running smoothly. Think of them like little security checkpoints for your health. But here's the problem, most of us clog those checkpoints every single day. How? Well, it starts with sweat. Then we add deodorant. Then we layer on antiperspirant, which usually contains aluminum. And that's where things go sideways. Aluminum in antiperspirants blocks sweat glands, which sounds nice, until you realize it's also blocking your body's natural detox process. Over time, this can lead to clogged pores, underarm irritation, and even weakened immune function in that area. And when you combine that with the fact that the armpits are dark, warm, and often moist, boom. That's a perfect breeding ground for bacteria, rashes, and fungal infections. Ever notice a weird smell even though you just applied deodorant? Or small, tender lumps that seem to show up out of nowhere? That's your body waving a red flag. So what's the fix? Don't worry, it's simple. And it feels amazing once you start. Here's your underarm care checklist. Wash daily with warm water and gentle soap. Use slow, circular motions to really lift off buildup from sweat and product. After washing, let them dry fully before applying anything. This helps prevent irritation and keeps bacteria from thriving. Exfoliate once a week. You don't need anything fancy. A soft washcloth or a gentle scrub does the trick. Switch to aluminum-free deodorants. Or try natural options like baking soda, witch hazel, or coconut oil. They work better than you think, and your skin will thank you. And this one's important. If you feel any persistent lumps, pain, or notice changes in your underarms, don't ignore it. Get it checked. Remember, your armpits do more than just sweat. They're part of your immune system's frontline defense. So treating them with care isn't just good hygiene, it's good health. Give your underarms a little love. They're working hard behind the scenes to keep you well. 4. The nose, your natural air filter. Let's take a moment to appreciate something you use 0 times a day, but probably haven't thought about once this week. Your nose. Sure, it helps you enjoy the smell of coffee or detect that something's burning in the kitchen. But your nose is more than just a sniff detector. It's actually your first line of defense against the invisible threats floating in the air around you. We're talking dust, pollen, viruses, bacteria, and all kinds of microscopic troublemakers that want nothing more than to hitch a ride into your lungs. Your nose is your natural air filter trapping and stopping those intruders before they go deeper. It even warms and moistens the air before it reaches your lungs, so you breathe comfortably and safely. But here's the problem. If you don't clean or care for your nose, that filter gets clogged. And when it's clogged, you feel it literally. Sneezing, congestion, runny nose, maybe even constant fatigue or brain fog. And for many people over 60, these symptoms become part of daily life, and they don't have to. Because when your nose is blocked, you're not getting the oxygen you need. Less oxygen means more tiredness, more forgetfulness, more strain on your immune system. And if you're already dealing with allergies, asthma, or chronic sinus issue, an unclean nose only makes things worse. But the solution? Surprisingly simple. Here's how to keep your nose clean, clear, and healthy. Start with a daily saline rinse. You can buy pre-mixed nasal sprays or make your own with warm water and salt. It flushes out allergens, bacteria, and that gunk that builds up throughout the day. Use steam. A steamy shower or a bowl of hot water with a towel over your head can loosen mucus and open up your nasal passages. Avoid overusing medicated sprays. They offer fast relief, but with long-term use, they can actually make congestion worse. Keep your environment moist. A small humidifier in your bedroom or living room helps prevent dryness that irritates your nose. Wash your hands. It sounds basic, but it helps prevent the spread of viruses to your nose through touch. And if you want a deeper clean, try a neti pot boot. Always use sterile or distilled water. Take Jack, for example. He's 68 and used to wake up every morning with a stuffy nose and a pounding head. A friend suggested a saline rinse. 3 days later, he was breathing easier. 3 weeks in, he forgot where he kept his allergy meds because he didn't need them anymore. Your nose is small, but its job is huge. Give it a little care, and you'll feel the difference in every breath. 5. The belly button, the hidden bacteria hotspot. Let's talk about something a little awkward. Something most people never think about. The belly button. Yep, that tiny dip in the center of your torso that we often ignore. But bacteria? They never do. Because your belly button isn't just a leftover from your umbilical cord, it's a dark, warm, slightly moist space. And in the world of germs, that's paradise. Now be honest with yourself. When was the last time you actually cleaned it? Like, really cleaned it? For most people, the answer is, I don't even remember. And that's okay because you're not alone. But here's why it matters more than you think. Over time, your belly button collects sweat, dead skin, oils, and bacteria. And if it's not cleaned regularly, all that gunk builds up. The result? A strange odor, itchiness, redness, or worse, a mild infection that can sneak up on you. In fact, some people have experienced discharge or even fungal growth without ever realizing it started in such a small, forgotten place. And for older adults, this becomes even more important. As we age, our skin becomes more delicate. It takes longer to heal. A simple irritation in the belly button can quickly turn into a bigger issue, especially if you have diabetes, compromised immunity, or mobility challenges. But the good news? It's incredibly easy to keep clean. Here's how you do it. During your daily shower, use a warm washcloth and mild soap. Gently wipe inside the belly button, no need to scrub hard. After your shower, take a dry cotton swab or corner of a towel and make sure the area is completely dry. Moisture is what bacteria love most. Once a week, use a dab of rubbing alcohol or witch hazel on a swab to disinfect the area and break down oils. And remember, never poke too deep. No sharp tools, no digging, just gentle care. Let me tell you about Helen. She's 75. She noticed some discomfort around her navel, just a bit of redness, maybe a little itch. Turned out, it was a mild bacterial infection. She'd gone years without ever thinking about cleaning her belly button. But now, she includes it in her daily routine, just like brushing her teeth. And not only did the irritation go away, she says her whole skin feels fresher, lighter. It's a tiny habit, a tiny space, but it makes a huge difference in how your body feels, smells, and stays healthy. Because when you take care of the little things, the big things often take care of themselves. 6. The ears. Your body's overlooked sound filter. Let me ask you something that most people never think about. When was the last time you really paid attention to your ears? No, not your hearing, your ears themselves. The ones on the sides of your head that quietly filter sound, balance your steps, and connect you to the world. Most of us don't even notice them. Until something goes wrong. And here's where it gets tricky. When we do think about cleaning our ears, we usually get it wrong. Cotton swabs? They might seem like the obvious tool, but in reality, they can do more harm than good. Instead of removing wax, they often push it deeper closer to the eardrum. And over time, that leads to blockages, discomfort, or worse, hearing loss. Your ears aren't just sound receivers. They're balance regulators. They're environmental sensors. They're one of the few parts of your body that clean themselves if you let them. But here's the thing. As we get older, that self-cleaning process can slow down. Wax builds up, bacteria lingers, and suddenly you're turning up the TV louder, asking people to repeat themselves more often, feeling off balance or dizzy when you stand up too fast. These signs often get chalked up to just getting old, but sometimes they're simply a signal your ears need a little help. So here's what you do. Gently wipe the outer ear with a damp cloth or soft pad every day, especially behind the ears, where sweat and dirt love to hide. Never insert cotton swabs into the ear canal. If you're already doing it, stop right now. If you're dealing with wax buildup, don't dig. Instead, use a few drops of mineral oil, baby oil, or a doctor-recommended saline solution to soften the wax. Over time, it'll work its way out naturally. And if you're feeling discomfort, pressure, or notice a change in hearing, don't wait. Talk to your doctor. A simple ear cleaning by a professional can make a world of difference. Let me tell you about Thomas. He's 74. He used to say, "People just mumble these days." But the real issue? Wax buildup in both ears. One visit to his audiologist and suddenly, the world sounded brighter again. He could hear his grandchildren laugh. He could enjoy music without blasting the speakers. The lesson? Your ears do a lot for you, quietly, faithfully, every single day. Give them just a few moments of care in return, because better hearing means a better connection to life. 7. The scalp, where hair health and calm begin. Here's something you might not think about often, but it's been with you every day of your life. Your scalp. It's easy to treat it like an afterthought, just the spot your hair grows from. You wash it, rinse it, dry it. Done, right? But here's the truth. Your scalp isn't just skin with hair. It's one of the most sensitive and active parts of your body. It's packed with nerve endings, oil glands, and tiny blood vessels that fuel your hair and respond to every touch. And when it's not taken care of properly, that's when things start to go sideways. You might notice itching, flakes on your shoulders, a dull, lifeless feeling in your hair, or worse, thinning patches that leave you wondering, is this just aging? Not always. Many of those signs are your scalp's way of crying out for help. See, as we age, our oil production changes. Some spots dry, others stay oily. Add in a bit of leftover hair product, sweat, or dead skin and suddenly, your scalp becomes the perfect place for irritation or even fungal infections. But here's the good news. It's easier than you think to fix. Start with a gentle shampoo, no harsh chemicals, no heavy fragrances. Focus not just on your hair, but your scalp. Take a moment to massage it slowly while you wash. Use your fingertips. Move in gentle circles. This one habit boosts blood flow, relieves tension, and helps your body relax. Ever notice how calming a head massage feels? That's not your imagination. Your scalp is deeply connected to your nervous system. When you care for it, you calm your whole self. And after your shower, dry your scalp thoroughly. Moisture left trapped on the skin, especially under thick hair, can lead to fungal issues. Bonus tip. Once a week, consider using a soft scalp brush or a natural exfoliant to remove buildup. But be gentle. No rough scratching. No picking. Treat your scalp like delicate silk. It deserves care, not force. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 71, and for years, she thought her thinning hair was just something she had to accept. But once she started massaging her scalp daily and switching to a sulfate-free shampoo, her dandruff disappeared. Her hair felt fuller, and more importantly, she felt good again. The lesson? A healthy scalp isn't just about beauty. It's about comfort, confidence, and tuning into a part of your body that's been quietly supporting you all along. So next time you step into the shower, don't just wash, connect. Your scalp will thank you, and so will your spirit. Conclusion. Small care, big benefits. All right, let's take a moment to wrap this up and reflect on what we've uncovered today. 5 body parts. 5 areas that often go unnoticed. The tongue, feet, armpits, nose, and belly button. They might seem like minor details in your daily hygiene, but they play a huge role in your overall health. Here's the truth. Caring for these parts doesn't take much time or effort. A few minutes a day, a bit of consistency. That's it. But the benefits? They're real. You can enjoy fresher breath, better sleep, improved immune function, and even fewer infections just by making sure these hidden zones are clean and cared for. And let's be honest, especially as we get older, our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to. A small sore might take weeks to heal. A minor infection can snowball into something much more serious. So these tiny habits, they're powerful tools to help us stay healthy, independent, and energized. Now I've got a question for you. Which of the 5 surprised you the most? Was it the tongue where 80% of bad breath starts? Or the belly button? The dark little pocket most of us ignore our entire lives? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, share it with someone who could use it, and don't forget to subscribe for more simple health tips that really make a difference. Thanks for watching, and remember, good health doesn't happen by accident, but it also doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with small, mindful choices, and today is the perfect day to begin. Take care, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.